Hi, I'm Tisha.
I'm Loren.
And this is the Open Booked podcast. Today we are talking about The Perfect Divorce by Jeneva Rose, the second in this little duology. But first, what are you reading right now?
So I went on a tear this week. We talked about this the past few weeks, the slump, and then getting back into it. Well, this week I just busted through. I finished this book like Monday. I read an entire another book, or listened to. Then I went ahead and did the reread for next week's, and then I finished another book yesterday. So in short, I've read 5 books this week, and I am currently re-listening to I Want Zero Judgment, Metal Slinger, because we covered this a few months ago when it was all over Book Talk, but it was only on KU. And we read it on KU, but it just came out an audiobook. There was no audiobook, and it just came out like this month. So you know what I used my Audible credit on? That. So I am listening to it now, which I think we talked about this. I loved that book. So yeah, it kind of been a reread week for me. 3 out of 5 of the books were rereads. What about you?
I am reading the paper of Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It is really hard for me to read a paper book right now. I start and then get distracted by something and end up back on my phone. So I'm reading that very slowly, but I'm also listening to, in case you read this, it's a 6-hour long little audiobook that checks the Rainbow Reads box for my challenge on Goodreads, and that will be 7 of 7 that I got.
Okay, good. You've got to get all those goals.
Yeah. And then I was trying to see on my Goodreads, I also plowed through a ton of books this week. I read or finished this one Tuesday, maybe Monday night even, and then read The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. So good. She had a wild life, very
really
fabulous, and she probably doesn't realize how well she came up, but she was very kind of privileged white woman, but also, faced her own struggles. And I listened to Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. We're gonna have to cover this eventually because it is so fucking good. So good. I was like, I know she's so good at twists and turns, but just perfection. Love it.
Oh, good. I love that.
So yeah, Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. So good.
We love Alice Feeney. Where Alice Feeney stands.
For a very good reason. She's so talented.
Yeah, for sure. So, did you read Jar of Hearts too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to it yesterday.
Awesome. One thing that I did just find that we can talk about is some book to film adaptations and updates. So, Daisy Edgar Jones is playing in one that I didn't realize they were doing an adaptation on. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right one. I think it's Sense and Sensibility. This is, yeah, she's the new lead. It was just announced. The Jane Austen novel, Sense and Sensibility. She just got cast as the main lady.
Nice.
If anyone doesn't know who that is, she is the girl from Twisters.
And Where the Crawdads Sing.
Where the Crawdads Sing. That's another book to movie adaptation. Yes. I forgot that was her.
Yeah. I made the boys watch it while we were in Myrtle Beach because it's based in the Carolinas. But I found out they actually filmed it in New Orleans.
Really?
That explains why it's so much more swampy than anything we saw or anything I've seen in my multiple times to Charleston and Savannah area. But I also noticed while I was watching it, and no hate, but she got her nose done after that movie. Because I was like,
oh, really?
That is not what she looks like in Twisters. So, yeah, I was like,
huh. Interesting. So, I forgot that this movie had Sense and Sensibility has already been made. I've read all the Jane Austen books. It was Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, Kate Winslet, and Hugh Grant that did it initially. What a fucking all-star cast.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And she's playing the main character, Eleanor Dashwood, which is the character that Emma Thompson played.
That'll be
so there's
something to watch. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really see her in that role, but maybe she'll kill it. She's a good actress. She's impressed me so far. So she has, what? Is she Australian? She has an accent.
I think so, yeah.
Because she had to do an American accent for Twister, so she's going to have to do a British accent now for this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you know about this? Guillermo del Toro is doing a Frankenstein that's going to release in Netflix this year.
Oh, that's cool.
I hadn't even heard about that.
I hadn't either.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know that was happening.
And he's well known for very like colorful and vibrant movies. Like he did The Book of Life, but I can't think of what else he's done. But he's very well known.
Pinocchio. Shape of Water. Oh, I knew he did Crimson Peak. Did you ever watch that?
I don't know.
It had the guy who plays Loki.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Bro, he did Blade, the original Blade,
that's
the
what
Marvel,
it was.
the first Marvel movie. What the heck? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, Pacific Rim. All right. I'm interested to see that. I bet he'll kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, another one that I am still waiting on that's done is People We Met on Vacation, or People We Meet on Vacation. It's done by Netflix. People who have that special Netflix, like, reviewer account have already watched it.
What the hell?
And the only date that I keep seeing is by the end of the year. It's getting released.
Yeah, because usually there are like previews on Netflix as you're watching, like, here's what's coming next month or whatever. So you would think it would be on there for at least a summer release. Like, how do you not release a movie like this in June or July?
For real. Or end of May, the very latest, the end of July.
Yeah.
But also people don't watch as many movies in the summer. Like,
that's for sure.
I say that as like Netflix style movies. They go watch movies in a movie theater and go out and do stuff like that, or like movie nights with a projector or pool. People don't sit at home and watch Netflix, except like maybe the dog days. Like the first 2 weeks of August, I feel like people do because it's stupid hot, and if you don't have a boat or you can't go to the water, it's fucking ridiculous outside.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a strategic move at the end of summer for people like missing summer. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm excited for that movie. I really want to watch it. I loved everything Emily Henry. I'm a stan. Anyways, still can't find shit on that. Verity is on track based on everything I've seen. We've talked about the cast 100 times. It's set to open May 15th of next year.
Yep.
Reminders of Him is another one. Also, I think this one is still filming. Regretting You is done filming.
Yeah.
But Reminders of Him is either still filming or they haven't announced that they're not anymore. And it is set for release February 6th of next year. Let me see. Wuthering Heights, another timeless piece here, is Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, are starring. And that's February 13th, 2026. Ooh. So February is going to be a big month for us, and it's also my birthday month, so this is God's gift to me. Except, oh yeah, because I love Reminders of Him. Regretting You is just there, you know? Mm-hmm. There's no news on the Regretting You, but I'm interested to see. Okay, it's still on track, supposedly, for October 24th of this year.
Okay. We'll see.
And yeah, and The Housemaid is on track for Christmas of this year.
Yes.
So I swear there was another one that we were. Oh, one of the books we just covered, Shield of Sparrows, is getting adapted.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's any news on that. Just that the screenwriter who did John Wick is hired. I'm like, okay. Daphne Perry, the author, is an executive producer. Mm-hmm. It got adapted before it even published, just from the arcs.
Yeah.
Or got bought up. That's crazy. Currently in early development, so they don't have any cast or a director yet, but they just have the screenwriter and their producers. And it's Amazon MGM doing it, so.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and still nothing on Fourth Wing adaptation. I'm sure that one's going to take forever.
Yeah. I mean, just the animation or CGI of it is going to take a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Game of Thrones level, dragon fight style.
Yeah.
And every season of Game of Thrones took at least a year, maybe 2, some of them.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, I found a new something cool on TikTok I just bought. It hasn't come in yet, but thought it would be worth sharing with the book community here. You know when you get a book and you try to take the sticker off and the shit is there and you can't get it off?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Even, it's also a problem because of my nails. I can't do it. There is a little tool. It was like $3. That is like a razor blade thing, but it's not a razor blade. It won't hurt your book, and it just peels all the stickers off. And I saw a video of someone doing like Target, Goodwill, Walmart, like all the different book stickers, Barnes and Noble, and just peels them off.
That'll be nice.
That's a problem. I still have them on most of mine because I would rather have the sticker on there than have the crap.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys know how it works. You probably have one, don't you?
I guess it just has a sticker that says signed copy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good sticker,
I'll
though.
keep it on there.
Probably.
I did take this to work the other day and then left it in the car, and it got really humid. So the book itself, like I'm going to have to press it or something because it's like wavy.
Oh, yeah. A couple of mine did that last year when my air conditioner went out. But I have them like squished tight in the bookshelf now, and it seemed to fix it.
Yeah. Once I'm done reading, I'll definitely do that. Just press it.
Yeah. Also, last week I talked about my subscription to the Bookish box and how I'd done it since February, only got one. I got another one within a week.
Yay! Hellfire?
And guess what? I don't have this one.
Yay.
Yeah. Hellfire by Muriel Pomeroy.
Okay.
Look at this edge. Guys, these edges.
That's gorgeous. What's that say?
It says, she'd burn with him and she'd enjoy it.
Ooh.
Sounds hot.
Yeah.
But look at these pages, too. This is ridiculous.
Damn.
Yeah. No wonder it takes so long to get them. That's how the chapter breaks look.
That's wild.
And even the book outside of the sleeve, you're gonna shit.
I'd almost just leave it without.
It's gorgeous. And then inside the sleeve.
Oh my gosh.
The reason these take so long is because the attention to detail, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
And then like the cover art here on the inside.
Yeah. Is that another square one?
Beautiful.
Or is it?
It's another square.
Okay. You're going to have a whole shelf of just squares.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rearrange for sure, just so that they look symmetrical. Because, you know, I have the Book of the Month section here, which I need to redo. Look, I'm bussing, guys. I'm bussing at the seams. And I am kind of on a ban. I was on a ban, but we did the book crawl last week and wanted to support local businesses. So I bought at least something from every bookshop but one.
Yeah.
Did we tell about the weird encounter?
No, we didn't.
Should we talk about that?
Yes.
Should we? Okay. So, I think if you guys listened to our episode last week, you'll know we went on a book crawl for, all the independent bookstores in Northwest Arkansas. Actually, there is several more. And Tisha, I want to run this by you live here. I think we should do our own book crawl. I think we should start early.
Yeah.
And find all the bookstores because there are so many more than what we went to. I've seen 2 more posts since then. And then we saw that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think we should hit them all. Anyways, we'll talk about that and do a route better from not starting in the middle. Because Springdale, like where we started, was great for people all over. Yeah. But for you, starting in Bentonville makes more sense. And for me, starting 2 minutes down the road at Underbrush makes way more sense. So we can figure it out. Yeah, so we went to one of them called the Dixon Street Bookstore. And we'll just say who it is. Nothing bad happened. It's just super fucking awkward. And we want to talk about it. This bookstore is a staple of Fayetteville. Yes. It is the kind of bookstore you go in and immediate smell the dingy smell of old books. I say dingy, I love it. Okay, it's a vibe. I'm here for it. It has literally everything, floor to ceiling. If you followed our stories, it's the one we tagged them, so go back and look at our highlights. There's a highlight for our book crawl, and it has the story from, we took a picture in every single bookstore. So, you'll see it behind us. We did it in an alley when we were by ourselves, and it is beautiful. Love, love, love. We did not buy anything there because we were in a hurry,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a very popular bookstore, and I feel like, this is my personal opinion, I wanted to hurry up and get to some of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
That store is busy on any given Saturday. This last Saturday, for some of these bookstores, was probably the busiest day they've ever had.
Yeah.
Whereas this is probably a typical day for the Dixon Street bookstore, being such a huge store. Not saying we don't love it, we love it. So we were trying to get in a hurry to get to some of the other ones. And we stopped at the counter to get our bingo cards stamped. The guy knew we weren't buying anything because we said, this is it. And then, like, asked us again something about checking out. Are you guys ready to check out? Or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we were like, no, just the bingo cards or whatever. And then made us, tell me if you felt differently, felt awkward about that in the first place because I felt guilty because I really did want to buy something in every store. We just didn't have time. Yeah. And then we're like, okay, super awkward encounter, walk out. That in itself was awkward enough. Then we hear him yelling at us.
Yeah.
He runs out of the store, chasing us on the street, saying you guys forgot a sticker. After 2 times
we said we didn't buy anything.
We weren't buying anything. We didn't need anything. We were just getting our bingo card stamped. And then he's like, well, they're only 25 cents. Here, keep it or take it anyways. And then walked off.
Yeah, it was weird.
And we just kind of looked at each other and walked back to the car and then talked about it off and on the rest of the day.
It was so
Coming
odd.
up with theories. Okay, tell them your theory and I'll tell them my main one. Like, we talked about these. Like, what do you think it was?
I don't remember.
I think you mainly were like, because I said, it's like, reminds me of those encounters when you're like at the airport and they say, have a good trip, and you say, you too, and they're like working.
Oh, yeah.
It was just kind of one of those awkward things, and instead of moving on, he just kept fucking going.
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
My guess was there was someone standing next to him, and my guess is he wasn't supposed to stamp unless we bought something.
Yeah.
And so he was like playing it off to that person there that we bought a sticker and chased us out because the person with him didn't chase out too. It was just a private conversation between us 3. So he was like, here, you guys forgot your sticker. And then if he walked back in with a sticker, that person would have been like, what? You know, that's kind of my thought. I don't know. It's all weird.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever know. And it was just so odd. I still don't even know what to think about it. Like, I'm glad I had forgotten about it, but now that I'm thinking about it again, I'm like, this is so fucking weird. Why would you?
Yeah.
One, like, okay, we walk up there. I was like, hey, we just need our stamps. Like, we took a selfie, but we don't have time to look around. And he was like, okay. And like searched around for the Dixon Street stamp or spot on the bingo card and stamped it. And then I think he just even initialed it. I don't think he even stamped it. And then
he didn't stamp it.
And then we're standing there and he was like, are you ready to check out? To you. And then we're like, oh no, we just need our thing marked. And he's like, okay. And like shuffled both of them around like he was going to do something different, like both of our bingo cards. And then signed it, but he was so reluctant to do it. Like you said, like maybe he wasn't supposed to unless we bought something, but that can't be a requirement. Like that's so weird.
No. That was not in the... I feel like if that was the requirement, the bingo card would have said, buy a book at Dixon Street Bookstore. It said, stop by Dixon Street Bookstore.
And I think they know, especially in this economy, that they couldn't make it a requirement to buy something from every store. Like they encourage you to.
Yeah.
And that's why they give us options for like buy a sticker, buy a pen, buy something bookish, a blind date with a book, like all these different things. So that you had the option to, but you didn't have to. So it was just so weird. And like he couldn't even get out on this side of like the counter. So we're facing him and the counter like comes from the wall and then goes down. So he had to go around the other person beside him and then run out all the way around to catch us. Yeah. It was a whole lot of work for literally nothing. And then to give us a 25-cent sticker, which I have right there.
Yeah, you do.
I'm like, that's so fucking weird. So weird.
Yeah, I can't make it. The more I think about it, the more there's problems. Or I'm like, not problems, it's just kind of funny. And if this guy happens upon our podcast and hears this, please let us know.
Because
If you're just an awkward dude, we all have moments. Great.
We get it. Yeah.
We get it. Like, I've said you two to people on shit that I should not have said it probably once a month, okay? Just tell us. Or if we were supposed to buy something, you know, I would have bought the sticker. If that's the case. It's 25 cents.
Yeah.
Like, or I would have quickly found a book. Like, we were just in a big hurry. And just to be clear, like, this wasn't the first stop, guys. No. So it's not like we were the first. There's 90 people that did this book crawl. And there were book crawlers in the store while we were there. And it was like 3 o'clock and 2 something. Yeah. I remember us being like, holy shit, it's 2:40. Like between 2 and 3. So we know it started at 1. There was probably 20, 30 people at least that had already been in and out of there.
Easily.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a little fun story for you. Or if any of you guys from the TBR Society are listening that did the crawl, did you guys have a similar incident? Oh my gosh. Or was it just us?
Is this a whole Joe Goldberg scenario where he made it seem like he was just being awkward, but he was really going to stalk us?
Not me looking now to see if every guy around me is wearing a dark blue ball cap pulled down over his eyes. The perfect disguise. Okay, next up, happy 28th of June, as we're recording this, for all of those who celebrate, aka Megan Maroney Day.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Oh, but I am celebrating.
But you are okay, Queen. You are okay.
I'm like, now I might have to wear it tonight to the concert.
Oh yeah, you're going to Old Dominion tonight.
Yes.
Nice. I'm jealous. I can't do concerts on weekends anymore.
I mean, you could join us and just say, bye, Jesse. You're going to bed early anyway.
He does. Yeah, I have done that for some Razorback games. My Mother Nature really fucking hates me today. I'll just say that. And Eve, if you can hear me from wherever you are, fuck you for eating that apple. And making Adam eat that apple. Bitch.
Yep.
Can you tell I'm sassy? The girls will get it. The girls will get it. Okay. That being said, 4th of July is coming up soon. Got any plans?
No. I've tried so hard to make plans with my family. And even my brother, who works in Florida, was like, so what are we doing? But then he's had a shit week. He got blackout drunk and fought with his roommate. And when he got home last Friday, he had a huge bruise, like looked like a Neanderthal because his whole forehead was swollen, cut the crap out of his toe. We had to like doctor that up after he flew all the way home. Like, it was a mess. Then he was behind some truck that dumped just a shit ton of blue stuff all over the road and killed his car. And then
what the fuck?
Yeah, and then my mom was driving his truck a couple days later, and the alternator or something went out on it. I was like, oh my God.
Was this in Florida or Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma.
Damn.
Yeah, wild. So I was like, so what are we doing, guys? And I'm like, do we need to come pick you up so you can come?
You guys need a ride?
So you can come here. We can watch all the shows and then we can take you back.
Yeah, it sounds like they might need a ride for sure.
I was like, geez. Ridiculous.
Yeah, damn. Normal shit's going on. It just really sucks for me, and I know where's me for always talking about my husband working weekends, but it's great, actually. This would be a great 4th of July weekend if my husband didn't have to work the weekend, because I'm off Friday. 4th of July is on a Friday. You have Saturday, Sunday. You can stay out. I feel like the 4th of July lately has been the middle of the week, so you do your fireworks, like, late at night, and then you're tired. Like, this is the best it's worked out, but Jesse has to work, so we're going to probably go to the lake during the day and then go home for a early bedtime.
Yay.
It wouldn't be bad if he went to work at a normal time, but he has to get up at 3 a.m.
We might need to go to Cross Church tomorrow because they're doing their show tomorrow.
He still works.
Monday.
He works Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Anytime we do a date night, it has to be a Thursday night or a Monday night. And I work the next day both days, so it just sucks for me. But I don't have to get up at 3 a.m. Yeah. I could get up at 7:30 if I wanted to. I usually don't, but I could. Yeah. Because I don't have to work till 9. So, yeah, I found a list of all of these places doing fireworks. I'm hoping they'll at least let him work from home on the Friday. or the Saturday after, because if he did, he could sleep in a little bit more because he doesn't actually have to start working till 5. So he could sleep until like 4:30.
Yeah.
And like not have to get ready or anything. So
yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. Okay, other news. Diddy closing arguments were made. I got a summary of, where did it go? Oh, here we go. Summary of the arguments. The defense's closing argument, aka Diddy, was that it was a badly exaggerated case. This was a consensual lifestyle, not trafficking. They spinned it as a modern love story between him and Cassie. They challenged all the witnesses' credibility, critiqued evidence, and then urged the jurors to see Combs as innocent until proven guilty, dismissing this a case of being targeted due to his status. Prosecution's rebuttal, abuse of power theme, witness credibility defended. They defended all the witnesses. Domestic violence is evidence, and then closing volley is what it says. Implored jurors to hold him accountable. For 20 years, the defendant got away with his crimes, and that ends in this courtroom. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Whether it's a consensual lifestyle or not, whatever, it's a fucked up lifestyle that needs to stop.
Yeah. And it's not consensual the minute you hire anyone, because they're obligated to do whatever you ask of them in order to get that payment. So the second you hire someone to do anything so depraved as some of the things he's alleged to have done is not consensual. And the fact that that lawyer even attempted to argue that says a whole lot about him.
Yeah. Also, the whole fact to me is more than just the Cassie situation. I feel bad for her. I do agree part of that was consensual. Mm-hmm. She did start a relationship with him. She did stay in the relationship with him. I think it got to the point where it wasn't. Mm-hmm. But also, what about the kids that he's drugging? Is that even involved in this trial, or is that a separate one? Because there is tons of kids that are that were drugged and raped. I'm assuming that's a separate trial. I mean, because I haven't heard shit about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, we'll see. We'll see what they say. If he's found not guilty, I will officially lose faith in the justice system. I always question things for sure. Sometimes I think it does great, and sometimes I think it doesn't. Mm-hmm. But this will be icing on the cake. Yeah. Okay, other pop culture news. Jeff Bezos got married in Venice yesterday. All the stars were out. And the locals, to make fun of him, put mannequins all over town with fake money and had fake money guns and were shooting money around.
Wow.
Some sort of protest. Also, I personally am going to Venice in 60-something days, and I didn't realize how much they hate tourists, so I'm staying there as little as possible.
Oh, great.
Their city's literally floating on water. Yeah. As everyone knows, it's one of the most famous cities in the world. But I saw so many TikToks that their city is drowning from over-tourism. But, without tourism, they wouldn't make any money. There's a lot of countries right now that are, rioting. Spain, particularly. We've been wanting to go to Spain forever because Jesse's grandmother, who passed away a few years ago, was a war bride from Spain. He wants to go, see the church they got married, do the whole bit. But they fucking hate us. They're, not serving tourists. They are throwing stuff at them, protesting the streets. Just Google it. They are gone insane. Barcelona specifically, which is half of the time we want to be there, is rioting. And I'm why would we go there just to have terror? Because if you don't have nice customer service, no matter if you're in the prettiest place in the world, you're going to have a miserable fucking experience.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe their tourism will suffer and they'll realize that they need to chill. Because tourism is 90% of Europe, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's wild.
So, anyways, Venice is one of those places they hate tourists. So, I literally have a one-day tour booked to show me all the highlights, and then we're leaving the next morning. I see the sights and be done. But, that being said, the people that are attending this wedding are, top tier. I say top tier, they're probably pieces of shit. But they're, A-list celebrities. Mm-hmm. Also, Orlando Bloom showed up by himself and then confirmed him and Katy Perry are split, which really, really surprised me.
Yeah.
They were in game for real. Yeah.
I didn't realize they were never married.
I thought they were married too. She called him my husband and stuff, and he called her his wife.
Yeah.
I thought they were married.
Yeah, because I saw an article yesterday that said that they were separated, and it just says that they have been partners for like 9, 10 years, 12 years, something like that.
They were ended their engagement was what I saw. Also, I think part of it is probably Katy Perry because, number one, she's like the most hated girl on social media right now. This is what this article said. Their amicable split surfaces amid Katy Perry's struggling album 143, criticized spaceflight trip, and dwindling ticket sales.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the spaceship trip or whatever it is when that happened, but since then, everyone fucking hates her. And I saw a video of her like jumping some guy in the crowd on stage, like at her concert. I think she's just kind of on her, not saying she doesn't have some great pop hits because
Firework.
I mean, Firework is a classic 4th of July song. I mean, California Girls, if you can't get down to that song with Snoop, then get the fuck out of here. That is a bop, okay? She, Hot and Cold, I mean, she's got so many bangers, but she's getting older, and then you have people that are up and coming like Sabrina Carpenter. I think Katy Perry's fans went from buying her tickets to buying Sabrina Carpenter and Charlie XCX tickets. Yeah. That's my opinion. And I think that's just a natural way that it goes. The younger person, unless you're Taylor Swift, the younger person is going to, with the newer stuff, is going to appeal to the younger artists. Yeah. Next, let's talk about Bonnie Blue.
I don't know who that is.
You know who? That's the OnlyFans girl who has the Guinness Book of World Records for sleeping with the most amount of men in one day.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going to say this. I need technicalities on how that was done.
Same.
Because if it's just a one insert and out,
that's not
believable. If it's to completion,
yeah, that's a fuck ton.
Yeah. So she is known for she's borderline pedophile in my opinion because her MO is finding a young, inexperienced, maybe 18-year-old and like taking advantage. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's her MO. I saw a video this is before she slept with all those people. I saw a video of her, like, trying to get with some guy behind a counter who was at a food or something like that. Food, coffee shop, something. He was, like, young, and he said, no, I'm not interested. I'm a Christian and I have a girlfriend. And then it became, like, they were making fun of him. And I'm like, so women want an honorable man. Here's one right here. And everyone's gonna make fun of him? I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole either. She slept with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And if you are one of those 1,000 guys that lined up, you're a loser. I'm just saying it right now. You are a fucking loser.
Yeah, that's not anything to be proud of.
No. 0%. It's not like you've gone somewhere no one's been before.
Everyone's
been there, my guy.
Literally 1,000 in a day.
Yeah, and then God knows how many. Like, is she ever going to be able to get married, have children, start a life? No! She have kids, the kids are going to fucking get made fun of for their mom being a literal whore.
Yeah.
I don't use that word lightly about women, but she is. Like, that's exactly what she is. She gets paid on the internet to fuck people. Okay, I'm very fired up about this topic, but also, this is a new thing. She just got kicked out of OnlyFans, so how's she gonna make money? She proposed a nude petting zoo inside a glass box, aiming for 2,000 partners. That got her banned by OnlyFans for extreme challenges. Her Wikipedia page briefly outpaced Beyonce's in views. Yeah.
That's wild. But to be known for all of this is just like, I would be so embarrassed. I can't even.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for making money how you want to make money. And as long as it's consensual, you do whatever you want to do. But this is typical American culture to the extreme. Like,
she's British.
Even worse.
Yeah. This is in England.
Yeah, even worse.
Yeah. I mean, we got it from them, technically. We're all descended from them.
Yeah. Well.
Not you. I very clearly look at my skin. Every time I see Tisha's youngest, I just go, I want his fucking complexion. He has the most beautiful skin in the whole world. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, Jealous. Wish I had a little bit more Indian in me.
Skipped right over me.
You do tan easier, though.
Yes.
You just have to work for it. He just naturally has, like, this beautiful,
he's
dark
literally
complexion.
outside for 5 minutes, and he's so dark. I'm like, I've only been laying out for an hour a day for 6 weeks, and have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. I have to take supplements. Okay. Melanin, come on. Okay, should we talk about the book?
Yeah.
So, spoilers, Perfect Divorce and Perfect Marriage by Jeneva Rose. If you haven't read both of them, go away, come back when you have read them. They are delightful and worth a read. So, you'll thank us later. Yes.
Do you want to read the blurb?
Yep, I got it. And I got it on my computer, so I'm not going to hold it in front of my microphone. Okay, Perfect Divorce, Jeneva Rose. 10 years after her husband Adam was executed for murdering his mistress Kelly Summers, top divorce attorney Sarah Morgan has officially moved on. It says divorce attorney. She's not a divorce attorney, is she?
And it's not been 10 years since he was murdered or put to death.
Okay, let me read. This is way different.
Is that AI?
Okay, I'm reading it. That's from ChatGPT. I don't trust this bitch ass anymore.
No.
Okay, I'm reading it from the book, but I'm holding it down here. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. It's been 11 years since high-powered attorney Sarah Morgan defended her husband Adam against the charge of murdering his mistress. Sarah has long since moved on, starting a family with her new husband, Bob Miller, changing careers. Her life is back to being exactly how she always wanted. Or is it? After discovering Bob engaged in a one-night stand, Sarah wastes no time filing for divorce. However, amid their ugly separation, new DNA evidence is uncovered in the case against Adam, forcing the police to reopen the investigation and putting Sarah right back in the spotlight. Everyone wants to know what really happened, most of all former Deputy Hudson, who is hell-bent on finding the truth. But when the woman Bob slept with is reported missing, he and Sarah start to fight dirty, and a high-stakes game of cat and mouse ensues. Filled with page-turning suspense and Jeneva Rose's signature twists and turns, this book will have readers wondering, can Bob and Sarah achieve the perfect divorce, or will it be till death do us part? Woo! That's a good one.
On the front of the book, it says, till death do us part, yours, not mine.
It does. And, spoiler alert, don't fuck with Sarah Morgan.
Yeah.
I think there's blood. Okay, so here's the cover, guys. Or just to show the blood splatters on the... And then gunshot wounds.
Okay, I didn't even notice those.
Under the thing. Which checks out after you've read the book.
Yeah.
More on the back.
I knew it was going to be dirty and messy. As soon as I read that blurb last week, I was like, oh, okay. Bob's about to get his...
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the I like it when we do this. Let's talk about the things that like completely shocked us. Because I think you guys have probably figured out. We're kind of hard to get. I feel like we figure shit out.
Yeah.
So, what parts completely shocked you?
I'm scrolling through my text messages because I knew. One, Sheriff Stevens getting his at the hands of Scott. Like, I kind of assumed as soon as they said that he was killed in his hospital room, I was like, okay, it had to be either Bob or
Sarah.
Alex or Alejandro, whatever. He goes by Alex, but his name's Alejandro. So it had to be either Bob or Alejandro, or somehow Scott would come back into this. And then I was like, it was fucking Scott. I knew it before his coworker did. I was like, it's fucking Scott. He was too tall and knew what to do. He went in, got it done, and got out.
I'll say this. I kind of thought it was Sarah at first because she mentioned earlier in the book he was a loose end she should have killed a long time ago. And, like, openly says that. And then when they found the footage and it was a tall... I was like, okay, nope. She didn't have any... She wouldn't have hired someone to do it. She does her own dirty work, and that's abundantly clear. And so if it's this tall person, it wasn't Sarah, and I think it's unrelated. So I had kind of a similar, like, no, it's unrelated, I think.
Yeah. The, I think other shock was that the second girl in the, like, home in the basement or whatever was her.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yes!
But that explains why she was late to so many things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking queen.
So she would undo the tracker so that Bob wouldn't know where she was going. Except the very last time, dude, she is diabolical with a capital D, okay? And the thing that surprised me, not necessarily, I mean, I agree with her being down there, was that she helped fake this girl getting away.
Yes.
I thought, okay, she wouldn't have killed that. Maybe she killed that girl and called it collateral damage. But my favorite twist of all was that Alejandro killed Bob's brother. I was like, my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
Wild. I was like, holy shit.
That was the biggest surprise for me.
And he had no...
I genuinely thought Kelly did it. Yeah. He had no clue.
Yeah. And then still got hired. Like, I think at the beginning, because he seemed kind of sus when all of this started, he was like, who pays for this? How many vehicles do you have? Like, how does all of this work? Yeah. And I think he was sus of Bob. Like, do you know that it was me? And you're like trying to get back at me. You're going to try to set me up for something else. It was so many twists and turns. It was just perfect. Yeah.
Also, the fact that they held guns to each other and then ended up fucking is very Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yes. Like, as soon as he said, I'm sorry, I was like, nope, you're gonna be sorry because she's about to kill you first. Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. She's like, finally, someone I can be myself with. Let's fuck.
Yes.
I did like the connection all the way back to pre-book, pre-first book with Kelly, the husband murder. I liked that. I was wondering going into this book, okay, how is she going to make it as good as the first one? The first one left everything tied up in a pretty bow. How is it going to escalate? And she delivered. Okay, I don't know why I even ever doubted this queen. She is, in my opinion, if I had to pick number one thriller author, I would probably say Jeneva Rose. Yeah,
so good.
With the surprising shocks. Like, we talk about our, top 5 thriller authors all the time, and we never don't include her, period.
Yeah. Just too good.
So good, yeah. I will say, Sarah, she's a likable villain, She's obviously the villain here.
Yeah.
But I don't think kidnapping the girl was really necessary. I think maybe it was just an insurance policy. But she already did the pig blood thing. That was funny.
Yes.
She knew he would keep the knife. She was thinking about that 10 years ago. Yes. Set him up with that, but also, I don't think that kidnapping the girl was necessary. You know what I mean? I think that was just kind of, she's bored. I don't know. She likes to do evil shit.
Yeah, I think it just was convenient, and then she found a way to work it into her plan to disappear the girl. I was like, God.
Yeah.
It takes so many levels.
I wish. Oh, yeah. She was thinking 10 steps ahead all the time. And just knowing what the outcome of everything would be. So smart. But also, I wish I could get over things as quick as she does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, the scene when he put the gun to her head and she had a gun right back, I was like, nice. Also, how she set it up for them to think that it was Bob.
Genius.
Had the hairdresser take enough blood out for them to pronounce her dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Gay very Gone Girl.
Yes, so good. Yeah. Do you think Sarah's gonna remarry anyone? Or you think she's just kind of done and just gonna raise her daughter?
I think she's just gonna raise her daughter. Probably keep fucking around with Alejandro and call it good.
Yeah. Also, I was wondering when the gun got left. I'm like, oh, she's setting something up. I'm like, I knew Sarah had the girls, period. There was no...
Yeah.
I knew that Sarah had done that. And was gonna stage Bob. When the gun was there, I was like, how is this is she gonna accidentally... Is Sarah gonna get shot?
Yeah.
I kind of thought that for a second because I was like, she's not gonna fumble a gun.
Yeah.
Unless there really was a struggle.
Yeah.
Part of me kind of thought, until it flipped back to another point of view, part of me kind of thought, oh shit, her and Bob are having it out up there and they're hearing it.
I kind of thought that too.
But very good fake stomping around in boots. Like, she's theatrical. I'll give her that too.
Yeah. Man. And I didn't even catch until I was like thinking about it later, like that she was showing up late to all of these different things after saying she had to go do this, and then she'd be at this other place, and I'm like, fuck. Just the thinking.
And saying like that she was tired, and she's like, I'm never late, and like the assistant asking if she's okay. I'm like, maybe she's just, I don't know, having a hard time. And then now that you say that, I'm like, that makes sense. She was like going there in the middle of the night or early in the morning or something. Yeah. Man. Geneva, we love you.
Yes. And then, did you see Geneva has a new book coming out?
No.
It's in July 15th. It's a completely different book from what she normally writes. It's a...
Yeah.
I don't remember what she called it, but yeah, it's a romance, but it's like different. So, she said it's like 13 going on 30 meets... I can't remember what the other thing is, but it's like she goes back to meet her 18-year-old self, and they have to figure out how to get back to their own lives. It comes out July 15th, and she's due like July 10th or something.
She's like big right now. She's about to pop.
She's due in July, or maybe July 1st, but she's measuring 2 weeks ahead. So she's like, will the book drop before the baby, or...
Yeah. She also, I guess there's a couple books of hers I haven't read.
Yeah.
It's a date again. #crime time. I'm on her website. And then The Girl I Was is the one that's coming out. And then there's a Kimberly King series. There's like 4 books that I haven't read. Fuck! I gotta get busy! I can't be a stan and I haven't read all of her books. One of Us is Dead. Dude, I think about that book sometimes. You Shouldn't Have Come Here. Home is Where the Bodies Are. We covered both of those, I think. Yeah, we did. No, I saw a TikTok, which if you guys don't follow Geneva on TikTok, you really should. Her husband's funny, Drew. She's funny. She likes to do little twirls and sign books when she's not supposed to.
Yeah.
But she posted that they're selling one of their houses.
Yeah.
And the realtor told her that the person that's moving in is a big fan of hers. So she is gifting them every book that she wrote in that house, like signed copies. Yeah. And I was like, that's so cool. And she's like, I hope the realtor wasn't lying, because this is going to be really fucking weird, because she wrote like this big letter and everything. I'm like, that's actually really kind. That's really cool.
And like in Home is Where the Bodies Are, she's like, there are no dead bodies in this house that I know of.
Yeah.
Or no one died in this house while I lived here.
Yeah, she's like, it's gonna be weird if she's not. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, you guys should follow her on TikTok if you don't. She's funny. Her husband's funny. I remember before I even read any of her books, I used to see her husband and her pop up on my For You page of him like reacting to Twilight. Real theatrical, like hilarious.
Oh man.
So yeah, good stuff.
Yes.
Anything else to add on this one? I feel like we talked about all the twisties.
Yeah, nothing I can think of.
One thing I will add, sorry. I kind of always Google around people's reviews of this, whether I talk about them or not. I usually at least click TikTok, Reddit, something. A lot of Reddit's pissed that she got away with it. They wanted Sarah to go down for everything. And I'm like, wait, you should be rooting for the villain here. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Like, yes, she's a villain, but also she's been scorned twice. She gives these guys everything. Gives them a good life because she's successful. And then they're still fucking stupid enough to cheat on her. And think they can get away with it.
Yep.
Like, he even said at the beginning, he's like, at least she filed for divorce. I really thought she'd put a bullet in my head. Foreshadowing much.
What you wish for. Foreshadowing.
I mean, you're dumb enough to fuck it up. I did think it was funny at the beginning that she's like, I always knew I'd divorce Bob. He is a man after all.
Yeah.
And an
she was
attorney.
Like, I knew. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny, I thought, too.
But yeah, she did change once she had a kid. So she's like, this isn't what I wanted to happen, obviously. But if he's dumb enough, then he's going to find out. Like, sorry, not sorry.
Yep. It is what it is. So, yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, what are we doing next week? Jar of Hearts.
Jar of Hearts, Jennifer Hillier, Queen as well.
Which I fucking love. And then
I love her.
At the end of listening to Jar of Hearts, it had a preview of Little Secrets, I think also by Jennifer Hillier. And I remember listening to that one too. And just like the first couple chapters, I was like, now I'm going to have to go fucking listen to this again.
Yeah, me too, because I was like, I don't remember what happened in this one, but I remember reading it, and then I went back and looked, I gave it 5 stars and said, like, OMG or something, and I'm like, shit, we gotta go back through the Jennifer Hillier catalog here.
So the next couple months may be Jennifer Hillier or Jeneva Rose, like, back and forth, which will not upset me.
Maybe some Lucy Foley, Alice Feeney, Lisa Jewell. We do have the next few weeks planned out. We'll keep you guys posted what we're doing the next week if you want to read along. We're at least planning 1 week in advance, so give us that. Next week is Jar of Hearts, Jennifer Hillier, and we'll let you know then what we're doing the next week.
So tune in next week for our discussion of Jennifer Hillier's A Jar of Hearts, which we've both already reread, and so fucking good. Like, you don't want to miss it. So good. No,
read it. It's on Everand if you have Everand. Yes. It's included in the normal membership. Go listen to it. It's only 6 hours if you listen on 2 times speed. I feel like if you're listening to our podcast, you probably listen on 2 times speed. It's a quick read. Go do it. So good. And yet again, so many twists and turns. Like, you know, it has to be good for us to give it 5 stars. First or second read, but especially second read. So go follow our socials, interact with us there. Let us know if you had any weird interactions during the indie bookshop crawl. Let us know if you've read these, if you liked them, if there was anything you didn't catch or you caught way ahead. But yeah, we will talk to you guys later. Bye.